Yeah. Went to a Stanley? That's, yeah, that would have been good. Oh, can you, for that? Okay. What? I don't know, sometime in the summer, early summer, like spring, yeah. What? I just put a galvanized post that was the diameter was a little bit smaller than the main post, and drill them in, then cut a larger diameter post, put it on top, and drill that in. What? Oh yeah. Last time we played Roseville, their best player was a girl. Actually, their best two players were girls. Yeah. I don't know what Henry was doing. He wasn't out there for warm-ups. He's just getting out there now. Oh, really? No, these are just a bunch of swing games.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. The managers just call up the other team and say, hey, do you want to play a game? Yeah, they do it on the weekend so they can come up. So they'll play, we have Stillwater, Roseville, and St. Michael's, Albertville. And they'll play us and I think just Hermantown. I don't know if they got another team to show up or not, but probably just us two. No tournament, yeah. Yeah. Probably not, but we'll see. To fly? To drive, I think it's 4 hours. I think it's just under 2 hours to fly. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, there was only like 14 kids or something. There weren't very many kids, and they had the whole sheet of ice. But it was good. I mean, they're all Mite 1s. You know, that program is just really small. All the teams they have are kind of beginner level, like C level. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun. I can't imagine him running a practice all by himself with 18 kids. That's insane. I mean, you can do that with older kids, but you can't do that with Mite 1s. Yep. Good. Yep. What's that? Yeah. I mean, she wasn't like going 100%, 100 miles an hour, but she was having fun out there. I think Ignacio's probably going to love it. Yeah, he's active. Yep. Yep. All right, good morning, everybody. Game 3 for the weekend. What? Why is it what? We trade off. I don't know. It looks like Easton's going to be in goal for this one. We just take turns. So, Easton in goal. Yeah. All right, the Bigs out to start. Nolan, Kimber, Hudson with Caleb and Mason on D. Draw comes to Caleb.
Squish helping out. He'll get the puck. Over to Hudson. Hudson shot. Blocker save. Hudson. Nolan battling. Looks like we got the same refs as yesterday. Mason forces the Raiders to go back to their own zone. Aaron pass there, or Nolan will pick up there. Squish. Oh. Pass intercepted by the Raiders. Number 10 here with a little speed. He'll dump and chase. Caleb gets it to Mason. Oop, looking for Kimber. Wasn't waiting for the puck. He was looking at the bench, and he'll head to the bench. As we got Sam, Graham, and Henry out there. Errant pass by the Raiders goes into the corner. Henry on the forecheck. Henry will take that. Get it to Sam. Or sorry, that's Ben, the other Lewis. Nope. He'll fall down, and then eventually the Raiders will take it. Caleb there at the point. Mason, 3-on-1. Nice save there, Easton. All right, the Raiders setting up from our corner. We'll dump it back to the far corner. Ben Lewis pressuring. Corner, Caleb in the corner. As we clear the zone, here's Ben Lewis. Henry trailing. Graham on left wing. Ben behind their net. And the Raiders will skate it out. Over on Oscar's side. He's got Easton in front of the net. They've got some quick ones there. Oscar takes the body. Raiders take the puck. Nice movement by the Raiders. Easton challenging. They got number 14 there. It's pretty quick. Pass to center ice. It's Oscar now. Woodboards to Easton as we've got 12:32 left in the first period. Easton up to Graham. Graham will cross into the Raider zone. He's got Ben on center. Drops it for Easton. Easton, centering pass. Oscar. So Raiders touch it around. That'll be no ice. I guess it is ice. One ref said no. The other said yes. So they're going with yes, which will help us as we get the littles out there. Moline taking the face-off. Grayson on the left. Sam on the right. Leo Gio on D. Draw to Leo. Try to get it to Sammy. That'll float into the corner. Over to Leo's side. Nice shot to Leo. Push it back into the corner. So Roseville has a short bench. They only have 2 lines. 10 skaters for Roseville. Moline. Puck comes to Sammy. Sammy gathering speed. Got Grayson on center. Moline trailing. He'll skate it on Gio's side. Oop, it gets by Gio there. Leo on D now. And here comes Gio with some speed. Gets it up to Grayson. Grayson's got Sammy on the right wing. Over to Sammy. Poke checked away by Raiders. We get a fresh set of skaters out there. Caleb defending. Man, they got a couple little speedsters. As Raiders cross center ice and dump it. Mason will pick it up from behind our net. Leave it for Caleb. Caleb to Grayson. Gets by Grayson. That'll float all the way into the Raider zone and be icing. We'll bring it back into our zone. I think they got one more shot on goal there. All right, we'll go with the bigs. Nolan taking the face off. Squish and Hudson out there with them. Caleb and Mason on D. Caleb up to Hudson. Looking for Squish. Touched ahead by the Raiders. Nolan able to keep it in. Raiders out on a second effort. And here they come with Caleb defending. Oh, dropped it there, so Squish will pick it up. Bring it into the Raider zone. Oh, nice battle to get it back there. They got some feisty players here on the Raiders. Shot, nice save, Easton. Squish. Raiders now coming back, and they are offsides, I believe. Good job. How are your fingers doing? Good? 9:55 left in the first. The Raiders have 3 shots on goal. We have 1. All right, Henry Graham, Ben Lewis. Draw comes cleanly to Oscar, over to Easton, up to Graham. And we'll enter the zone with some speed. Here's Graham. Behind our net, leaves it for Henry at the corner. Henry drops it for Graham, but there's a Raider there, but they give it right back. Henry. To Oscar. Oscar will get a shot from center ice. Rebound. Ben. Centering pass for Graham. Graham. Shot. Oh, off the crossbar into the net. All right, same line out there. Henry on the draw, Graham on his right. Ben Lewis on his left. Easton Crenson left D. Oscar right D. As Roseville wins the draw to the far corner. Graham will get it to Ben. Ben. Henry behind the Roseville net. Over to Ben. Here's Ben. Ooh. Has a poke checked away. Easton now. Back to Ben. Ben. Skates it in. Shot. Nothing there. Henry. Graham right in the middle. Graham. Oh, hit the shin guard. It's a tough girl. And Roseville, the other R, finally able to break it out as we spent, I think, 3 minutes in their zone. Graham up to Ben. Oscar now. We're looking for line change. Graham. Out there with Ben. Graham. Gets by 1 Raider. Puck comes back for Gio at the center ice. Over to Leo. Leo. Driving. Shot. Wide. Along the boards for Gio to pick up at the point. Gio dump it back, but doesn't get all of it. Ends up on a Raider stick. They give it right back to Gio. Gio crosses line. Grayson trailing. Grayson with the puck. Grayson driving. Tripped. And the Raiders come back. Gio stops the rush. He'll chip it up for Grayson and dump it in, and Sammy's offsides as Grayson fanned on the first one. So 7:35 left in the first. Shots on goal even at 3 apiece. Draw from Lewis goes over to Grayson. Raiders able to chip it out. Gio gives it back to Grayson. Over on Leo's side, Leo takes the body. Sammy takes the puck. Sammy up to Grayson. He's got Ben rushing with him. Across the line at the same time, Grayson. Back to the point for Gio. Dump it back in the corner. Roseville will try for the pass. Unsuccessful, so Mason will pick it up in our zone. Mason, long pass to Grayson. Gets caught in the boards there. Grayson avoids 2 Raiders. He'll try to drive it in here with Molina on center. Lewis trailing. Grayson gets pinched. Sammy will take the puck. Ben waiting for it in front. Number 10, they got a big guy, number 10, against our littles. And Roseville will dump it out over on Caleb's side. Caleb now from our zone with some little speed now. Here's Caleb. Behind, passes up Ben. Now Sammy. He's got Kimber. Caleb. Ben takes the body. Kimber takes the puck. Sorry, that's Sammy. Nolan takes a shot. Here comes Roseville. Caleb defending behind our net. Mason in front. Roseville shot off the back of the net. Mason will pick it up behind our net. Looking for Huddy. Goes a little long. Icing if it makes it. And it will. All right, we got the bigs out there. Nolan taking the face off. Huddy and Squish with him. Oscar and Easton on D. Puck comes around the board, eventually to Squish. Up to Huddy. Nolan will pick it up. Nice job, Huddy staying on side. Nolan now from the corner. Christian challenging at the point for Easton. It's chipped out. Nolan will pick it up in center ice. To Oscar. Back to Nolan. To Oscar. Off the boards looking for Huddy. Christian now from the Raiders corner behind their net. Tip it to the point for Oscar. Oscar. Get a shot. Hit the goalie. Christian challenging. Behind the net for Hudson. Nolan checks him in the back. That'll be a penalty. A lot like yesterday. All right, shots on goal are 4-3 for East, but Raiders will have a 5-on-4 as Nolan goes to the bench for, I think they called it either checking. All right, Henry and Graham out there with, that's Leo and Gio. Leo gets it to Henry. Henry driving, chip to the corner. Here come the Raiders. They'll chip it across over to Gio's side. Gio gets it up to Graham. Graham rushing with Henry. 5-on-4 advantage for Raiders right now. It's Graham taking his time. He'll dump it around the net on Henry's side. Henry will hold it on the boards for a minute. Eventually pushed over. And here come the Raiders. Graham pinches him. Gio over to Leo. So we've got 42 seconds left of the 5-on-4 for the Raiders. Leo up the boards looking for Henry. A little long, that'll go to the Raiders. They'll regroup back in their zone. Over on Gio's side now, as Raiders are offsides. So 30 seconds left of the 5-on-4 for the Raiders. We'll get a fresh set of skaters out there. Ben Moline, Ben Lewis, and Caleb and Mason will be R4. Sloan in net. Or sorry, Easton in net. Sorry, Easton. Draw eventually comes to the Raiders. Bring it back to their zone. Nice movement by the Raiders. They'll bring it, carry it into our zone on Mason's side. I think that was chipped to the far corner. Caleb there. Caleb from our corner. Nice job, taking some time. We got 7 seconds left of the 5-on-4. Ben coming in now, killing some time. Caleb, chip it off the boards. That'll stop at the point. And we are now 5-on-5 as Nolan heads to the bench and Grayson comes out. Behind our net for Caleb. Tipped along the boards for Grayson. Here's Grayson. He's rushing with Ben. There's Ben Lewis. Ben Moline trailing. Grayson on the wing. Grayson, floated away from the stick for a moment. And Caleb, able to hold it in. And second effort gets the puck clear of the Raider zone for Grayson to chip over to the far side, looking for Sammy. Sammy will dump it. And long pass, that'll be icing. You get a fresh set of defenders out there, Easton and Oscar. So 2:19 left in the first. Shots on goal are 4 for East, 3 for the Raiders. The Little's out there. Moline taking the faceoff. Wins the draw cleanly to Oscar. Takes a shot, goes wide to the far corner for Easton. Easton on the half wall. Gets it to Grayson. Grayson can't find it. It's in his feet. Steering pass. Scored. Nice job. So Grayson to Sammy. And they get the first goal. So number 4 scored that one. All right, then go back to the live. You're good. No, hit the live button. No, remember you're on the replay still. There you go. Oh, try again. It didn't work. There you go. I forgot. All right, Little's out there still. Grayson taking the face off. Moline, I think, got booted. He's on the left wing now. Sammy on the right wing. Oscar and Easton on D as the draw comes back for Sammy to pick up. Over to Easton, up to Grayson. It's Grayson. Ben rushing center. Back to the point for Easton. Shot deflected. That'll be $300 for the Raiders. Easton. Nice toe drag there. Come the Raiders on Easton's side. They got some speedsters out there. Moline breaks up the rush. Here's Oscar rushing with Sammy on the right. Grayson will go for a line change. Actually, everybody will. It's Sammy all alone. Gets a shot on net. Raiders on Gio's side. Gio up to Squish. Squish is centering pass. Nolan from the corner. And Raiders making a rush. Gio there. Squish will take the puck. The Raiders chip it into our corner. Gio battling. 30 seconds left and 30 seconds left. Shot from the point. Kicked aside by Easton to the corner. Nolan battling behind the net. Here's Nolan. 12 seconds left. Chips it up for Squish. Squish. Chip, dump, and chase. 6 seconds. Huddy. To Nolan. Nolan. Some space. Shot. Right at the buzzer, but saved by the Roseville goalie. So after one, it's 1-0 Hounds. Shots on goal are 6 for the Hounds, 4 for the Raiders. Short bench? Well, it's just the first period. Yeah, it could be tough in the third. Yeah, they got some fast, quick kids. Yeah.
Two girls, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have two.
All right, start of the second. We're up 1-0. 6-4 shots on goal. Henry Graham, Ben Lewis, Caleb Mason. Yeah. Draw won by Raiders. Henry challenging. With a point from Mason. He'll float one towards the net. Kicked aside. Ben Lewis challenging. Henry on the boards. Mason here at the point. Mason. Oh. Pass intercepted there. Nice job, Mason, getting back. Ooh, shot goes wide. Mason, shot intercepted. Shot saved by Easton. All right, Moline on the draw, comes back to the Raiders. They'll get a shot, and hit Easton's glove and trickled to the side of him there, but we're able to clear. Oscar driving. With the corner for Ben Moline, gets back to Sammy. Grayson. Easton, looking for Sammy. Grayson will pick it up. What's that? I'm okay, thanks. Held in by Easton. Easton, shot deflected wide. Oscar able to keep it in at the point, gets it to Sammy, trying to get it over to Moline, but the Raiders will skate it out over on Easton's side now in our zone. Raiders from their point. Let's get around Grayson, but pass intercepted by Easton. Oscar will chip it into the Raider zone for an icing. So we got the bigs out there. Nolan taking the face off. Huddy and Squish with him. Leo Gio on D. Oh, nice save. Blocker save by Easton. Nolan up to Huddy. Hudson. Back to Nolan. Pass a little long. Nolan will chip it into the, or dump it into the Raider zone. Now it's center ice for Gio. Squish will carry it into the Raider zone. There's Nolan. Shot. Saved by the Raider goalie. A draw one by Nolan, eventually over to Gio. Gio gets a shot, deflected wide by the goalie. Squish now behind their net, over to Huddy. Huddy from the corner. Gio. Squish. Held in by Leo. Squish takes the body. Raiders will take the puck. Huddy challenging. And here come the Raiders. Henry off the bench. We'll take that. Long pass over to Squish. Squish shot. Kicked aside. You see it goes to the bench. Henry challenging. Raiders now. Caleb and Leo on D. Shot wide. Rebound off the boards. Caleb will pick it up. Skate it behind our net. Leave it for Leo. Leo. Go, let's go, let's go. Up to Ben Lewis. Ben rushing. 3-on-2 right now. Ben's got Graham and Henry with them. Graham now. Henry in front. Graham skates in front. Shot. Kicked wide. And there's going to be a penalty. Cross check on the Raiders. So, yep, that one. So number 10, their big guy, going to the bench for a cross check. So 90 seconds of 5-on-4 for the Hounds. We'll set up our power play unit here. Ben taking the face off. Graham on right, Easton on left. Caleb left D, Henry right D. As the Raiders win that draw. Henry to Caleb. Oh, back to Henry. Caleb. You got Easton. You got Easton. There you go. To Easton. Back to Caleb. All right, we're moving it. Caleb shot. Oh, going for the redirect. Graham was there. Didn't quite connect with it. Raiders killing some time. Ben, ooh, that'll be a check from behind. So Ben Lewis will go to the sin bin. All right, number 10 got a penalty for us. Good job. All right, so 4-on-4 for the next 56 seconds. And then if nothing changes, the Raiders will have a 5-on-4 for 34 seconds. Draw, won by the Raiders, shot, saved by Easton. All right, Henry taking the draw. Graham out there with them, and Easton and Oscar. Draw comes back to Easton, kicks it over to Oscar. Oscar. Graham. Easton to Oscar. Oscar to Graham. 30 seconds left to 4-on-4. Henry to Easton. Easton from the point. Will wind up and get a shot. $20 seconds left to 4-on-4. Sam and Grayson out there. Easton and Oscar staying on the ice. Sammy on the draw. Wins the puck to Easton cleanly. Back to Oscar. Gets a shot. Deflection. Goes wide. Nice sequence there. Long pass. Almost there. Oscar on D. Grayson from behind our net. And it's now 5-on-4 for the Raiders. Number 10 now, fresh off the penalty box. Grayson challenging. Slapper right in the belly of Easton. 14 seconds left to 5-on-4. We'll swap out our D. Gio Leo out there. Sammy on the draw. Grayson on the wing. As our 4 skaters have 14 seconds to kill here. Get up to Grayson. Able to clear the zone. And number 10, their big guy, over to their little guy, 50. To their speedster, 74. Shot. Nice save, Easton. Way to see that. And it's now 5-on-5. Moline came off the bench. He was wide open right off the bench. Nobody saw him, but we couldn't get the pass there. Shot goes off of Easton's face mask. Gio looking for Grayson. Ooh, slash there by Grayson. As okay, they're going to call a check on Grayson. Hold on, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Yeah, no penalty. Hit cancel. All right, the big's out there. Nolan take the face off. Hudson on his right. Kimber on his left. Puck will eventually come to Hudson. He'll dump it. Christian and Nolan battling. Here's Nolan. What? A trip on, I think, Hudson. The way his body language is going, I think it's Hudson. So, yep, number 7. Oh, you got it. Good job. So 5-on-4 now for the Raiders as Hudson goes to the penalty box for 90 seconds. So Nolan and Kimber out there. Caleb and Mason on D. These Raiders have to be getting tired. They only have 2 lines. All right, Nolan on the draw. He'll win that back to Caleb. Caleb. Chip it along the glass. That'll go all the way into the Raiders zone. Kimber on the forecheck. Mason over to Caleb. Caleb from our zone. Looking for Kimber. Nice battle, Kimber. Squish back to Mason at the point. Mason had a look as the puck was floating to him. Dumps it back behind the net for Kimber. Mason with the puck. He'll chip it into the Raiders zone. Nolan on the forecheck. Nice movement there by the Raiders. 42 seconds left of the 5-on-4 for Raiders. Here's number 10. Looks like we're able to clear. I can't see around this pillar. It's icing. 30 seconds left at 5-on-4. And we've got Ben Lewis and Graham out there with Oscar and Easton. 30 seconds left to be 5-on-4. We'll win that back to Oscar. Chips it over to Graham. Held in though at the point by the Raiders. 20 seconds left at the 5-on-4. Shot from center ice, kicked aside by Easton. Oscar to pick it up. Oscar over to Easton's side. There's Easton. He'll dump it deep. That'll be icing if it makes it, and it does. Oh, and they wave it off. Ben on the forecheck, and we're now 5-on-5. Henry back to Graham. Nice movement over to Oscar. He'll whip a shot in there. Oh, good effort. Over to the far side. Henry harassing. To the point for Easton. Easton will get a shot that hit Henry in the butt. Here's Henry. Easton. Henry goes off. I think he's hurting. Ben is going to get called for a check. So 15. Ben going to the bench. It was physical play, but I don't know, I guess. Puck was right there on his stick. Here's Grayson taking the face-off. Sammy on his right. Draw comes the Raiders. Raiders from center ice. Grayson challenging. Gio there. Gio and Grayson. Center ice now. A lot of movement between those two. Shot goes wide. Leo will pick it up. Get it to Sammy. Sammy gets it to Grayson. Grayson slash. Ooh, slew foot. That's icing. .47 seconds left of the power play for the Raiders. Grayson Sammy with Gio Leo. No, we're gonna take Grayson and Sammy off and put Nolan and Squish out there. Raiders from their corner. Long pass, touched by Leo. Nolan. 30 seconds left of the 5-on-4. Nolan making it difficult for him. Nice job, Nolan. Gio challenging. Behind our net to Leo's side. Little centering pass. Rebound. Oh, Nolan now. 10 seconds left of the 5-on-4. Nolan rushing with Leo, gets it to Leo. Oh, nice defense there by number 10, but oh. All right, 3 seconds left of the 5-on-4. Nolan and Squish out there with Caleb and Mason. Nolan wins the draw back to Mason. Over to Caleb. Caleb, shot, wide, into the corner, and it's now 5-on-5. As Hudson comes out, fresh out of the sin bin. Over to Squish in the corner, back to Caleb at the point. Caleb to Mason. Nice job, Mason. Keeps it in the zone. To Kimber. Hudson. Hudson, back to Mason at the point. Nice job, but look, Mason. It's Hudson. All right, it's Raiders on Mason's side. They'll dump it to the far side, Caleb's side. He'll pick it up. Skate it past Squish. Errant pass there, but Raiders get tied up amongst themselves. Nolan will take a shot. Raiders now with center ice to Mason. Gets it up to Henry. Graham on center. Graham with a little space. Graham, shot. Nice save. Oops, sorry. You missed all that. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job there, did I? It's all right, thanks. All right, Henry on the draw. Graham on his right, Ben on his left. Oscar righty, Easton lefty. Draw comes to Easton. He'll get a shot. Redirect by Graham, saved by the goalie. Ben behind the Raider net. Raiders get it in our zone, dump it around over to Oscar's side. Easton breaks up the play from behind our net. He's got a little space. Long pass over to Ben. Ben able to tip it in the zone and chase. Graham trying to help out. Easton, Oscar in the corner. Centering pass intercepted by Easton. Easton's got some space. Ben with him. It's Easton. So 1:35 left in the second. Ben Moline out there. Here come the Raiders on Leo's side. Grayson back as well. Nice job, Ben, getting back. Errant pass by the Raiders goes to Gio. Gio looking for Grayson. Grayson rushing with Sammy on center. Ben trailing. To the point for Gio. Over to Leo. To Grayson. As it chipped away. Gio to Grayson. Has to wait for everybody to get back on sides. He does and tries to chip it in. Raiders chip it back out. Gio there to move it forward. Moline challenging. Gio from center ice. Try and flip it ahead. Raiders now on Leo's side. Gio on the left. Nice save by Easton. Nice job by Leo. Here comes Gio. Pass a little behind Sammy there. He'll chip it up into the Raider zone. That'll be icing if it makes it, and it will. Block. So 15 seconds left in the second. 1-0 Hounds. Shots on goal are 15 for East and 13 for Roseville. How are your fingers doing?
When I tap it, my fingers are like numb.
They're numb? Yeah, pretty awesome. All right, close one there. Squish, chips it ahead to Hudson. It's a 2-on-1, but Raiders there to break it up, and that'll do it for 2 periods. He's still up 1-0 off of Sammy's goal.
Yeah.
Are you doing commentary?
No.
You're my engineer.
Yeah.
All right, start of the third period. Hounds 1, Raiders 0. Henry, Ben, Graham with Caleb and Mason. Draw. Eventually Henry will carry it to Caleb. Over to Ben. Ben will enter the Raider zone. Caleb lost his feet there, slid into the boards pretty hard, but he's okay. Henry for Ben. Job Ben to get around a Raider. Over to Henry. Henry. Centering pass for Graham. Caleb from, nice blocker save. Caleb from center ice. Caleb now. He'll dump it. Ben into the corner. Mason up to Graham as they chip it into our. Oop, I think the cord probably came out. Oop, I'm too blurry. Oops, sorry. There we go. Thanks. Was it doing that for a while? Yeah. The hands are frozen. Thanks for letting me know. All right, the little's out there. Moline wins the draw back to Oscar. Oscar to Grayson. Grayson looking for options. Moline will skate it in. Sammy drops it for Sammy. Good effort there. Sammy. No, sorry, that's Grayson. Grayson circling. Drops it for the Raiders. Easton on D. Touched ahead to Grayson. He'll carry it into the zone for a moment. Ben challenging. Easton from the point, he'll get a shot. So 13-12 left in the third. All right, Moline on the draw. Comes back to the corner for Roseville. Pass intercepted by Grayson. One back by the Raiders. They'll skate it in on Easton's side. Get a slapper. Easily kicked aside by Easton. Crinzen from the corner over to Oscar. Up the boards looking for Sammy. Intercepted by the Raiders. They'll kick it back behind our net. Oscar will pick it up with some speed. Skate past Easton. Past the Raider. Past Moline. They'll dump it on net. Number 10 now from the Raiders. On Easton's side. Easton stops the rush. Puck bounces to Moline. Pass, that's offsides. All right, the big's out there. Nolan on the face-off. Squish on the left, Hudson on the right. Leo Gio. Draw comes back cleanly to Gio. But Kimber got tripped up. So Gio had no one to go to, and Raiders will dump it behind our net. Leo battling. Nolan gets it to Gio, looking for Squish, intercepted by the Raiders. They'll dump it back into our corner. Nolan there. Over to Gio. Sorry. Back over to Gio in the corner. Off the boards for Squish. Nice job by the Raiders to keep it in. Leo to Hudson. He's bumped off the puck by number 10. They'll dump it deep. Gio now from behind our net. Squish trying to get it out, and does. No ice. Here's Nolan. Centering pass. Hudson. Oh, good effort, guys. An opportunity there. Gio now. Gio. Gio. Shot, nice save. Oh, rebound. And the Raiders will clear. Graham challenging. No call. Leo. to Gio. Oh, touched by the Raiders. Here come the Raiders. Henry defending. Caleb with it. Up the boards, looking for Graham. Henry to Graham. Looking for Ben. Goes long. Caleb challenging. As the Raiders dump it. Oop. Easton meant to poke it, but the stick slipped out of his hand. Over to Sammy now. He's got Graham rushing. That'll be offside. Oh no. Mason on center. Leo now. Or no, sorry, that's Graham. Had Henry, but Raider was in front. All right. Caleb defending. Graham. Ooh. Nice effort. Nice save by Easton. All right, the Littles out there. Moline taking the face-off. Sammy Grayson with them. Oscar Easton on D. Draw comes back to our corner for Easton. Over to Oscar. Oscar. They're going to call Sammy for interference, I think.
Oh, is that whistle?
Roughing. Oh, it's on Raiders. I missed it. So Raiders will go to the penalty box for 90 seconds on a roughing call. We'll put our power play unit out there. Henry taking the face off. Graham on his left. Ben Lewis on his right. Easton left D. Caleb right D. Draw comes cleanly to Caleb. Shoot. But then floats into the neutral zone. To Henry. Henry will carry it in. Give it over to Ben Lewis. Ben. Shot. Wide. The corner for Easton. Easton. Graham behind the net. Ben in front of the net. Graham gets tripped. No call. Henry with some space. Shot. Oh, off the shin guard. Hit the girl on the shin guard there as she goes to the bench. Caleb to Henry. So we've got 58 seconds left at 5-on-4. Graham to the corner. We're all discombobulated here. Ben challenging. Graham battling. He'll take the body. Ben will take the puck. Centering pass for Caleb. Shot. Redirect. Wide. Henry into the corner. Graham to the corner for Caleb. Back to Graham. To Henry. To Caleb. Caleb shot. Nice save. So 21 seconds left of the 5-on-4. Hounds up 1-0. Shots on goal 21 for East, 15 for the Raiders. Now we'll swap out our power play unit. Nolan on the face-off. Squish on the right. Priley on the left. Gio Leo on D. Draw comes back to the corner for the Raiders. The Raiders skid it out of their zone. Leo challenging. Oh, nice. The Raiders keep that on their stick. And that does it for the 5-on-4 as the Raiders now have 5 skaters. Here's Leo up to Squish. Squish will get a shot. Rebound. Oh! To the point for Gio. He'll keep it in. Christian. Nice job. Christian win that battle back. Gets it to Hudson. As Ben comes on the ice. Hudson battling. It's over to Squish's side. Back to the point for Gio. Gio one-timer redirect. Nice job, Ben. There's Ben driving. Backhander. And Raiders will dump it deep. 7:15 left in the game. Still up by 1 goal. That'll be icing. All right, got the littles out there. Moline taking the face off. Grayson on his left, Sam on his right. Easton left D, Oscar right D. Draw comes at the corner for the Raiders. Over to number 10. Held in by Oscar. Nice job, Oscar. Gets it to Sammy. Sammy to Grayson. Grayson, shot. Oh, nice effort, boys. Ben battling. And Raiders will dump and chase. Oscar. It's a 9, not an 8. Over to Easton side. Raiders from behind our net. Sammy challenging, number 10. Just bumps him off. Centering pass. He was wide open too. Nobody covering him. Let's go, boys. Get it out. Let's go, Easton. Saved by Easton. This doesn't feel good. Let's go. Oh, redirect. Nobody was covering him. Mason dumps it along the boards. That'll stay in. Grayson challenging. Shot. Blocker save. Nice save, Easton. Easton finally covers. And, of course, we do something stupid. We're going to let it go. All right, Henry taking the draw. Graham, Ben with them. Caleb, Mason on D. Draw comes back to behind our net. Over to eventually Graham. Graham will chip it out. Henry rushing with Sam, or Ben, sorry, the other Lewis. Ben, shot. Rebound. Quick whistle. Did have it covered. There's 24 shots on goal now. Okay. Henry on the draw. Ben Lewis on his left. Graham right. Caleb and Mason out there as the Raiders win the draw. And break it out. Mason side. Caleb into the corner. 5:25 left in the game. Mason pokes it to Ben, gets it to Graham. Graham driving. He'll get across center ice and dump it. Oh, we just spilled the drink over. Henry and Ben Lewis in the corner. Eventually Henry will come away with it. Henry looking for options. Dumps it back behind the net. Only a Raider there. They fan on it, so Ben will take it. Ben. Caleb from the point. Nice job, Caleb. Holds it in. What is Ben doing? Get your stick. Graham. The point for Caleb. Caleb shot. Rebound. Jeez. Good try. And they're able to chip it past Mason there into our zone, but Caleb will pick it up. We'll get a line change. It's Caleb. Caleb with some speed. He'll drive it into the Raider zone, get a shot wide. We'll chip it past Leo. Hudson gets tripped up at center ice. Caleb on D. Hudson chips it ahead. Nolan up to Squish. Squish chips it into the Raider zone. Hudson on the forecheck. Nolan challenging. Leo now from center ice. Up the board for Hudson. Behind our net now, Leo. 3:05 left in the game. Nolan. Here's Nolan. 2-on-1. Christian. Shot, rebound. Wrap around. Don't be dumb. Jeez. All right, we'll get the littles out there. Moline taking the face off. Grace and Sammy with Oscar and Easton. And we got a timeout for Roseville. What's that? What's that? Nothing. They took a timeout. Roseville took a timeout. All right, 2:32 left in the game. Got the littles out there with Easton and Oscar. Moline on the draw. Officials officiating. Draw comes to Easton. Dumping behind the net over to Oscar's side. Oscar will chip it, hit a zebra. Probably would have been icing otherwise. Nice touch by Easton to keep it in the neutral zone. Ben will pick it up. Ben rushing. Grayson on center. Sammy trailing. Sammy with the puck. Raiders to the far side. Grayson challenging. Let's get it out on Easton's side. Easton breaks up the rush for a moment. Nice back check by Grayson. Their goalie was going for... Easton almost scored one as their goalie was skating off the ice to try and get an extra skater. As we have 1:48 left in the game. Easton do the same thing. Their goalie is skating now, so nobody in goal. From the point, Sammy almost had a break. 1:30 left in the game. Center ice. Shot. Number 10 now. Easton on D. From the point, nice movement. Shot, saved by Easton. Whole bunch of stupidness going on now. Yeah, with 1:11 left in the game, real smart. All right, they're going to call Roseville for that. Number 10. So penalty on Roseville. They were all shoving each other. right, the coach not happy about all the shoving that was going on both sides. Probably has a point, but we'll take it. 5-4, advantage for Hounds. Draw, won by Roseville. Easton. Ben. Pass goes long. 1 minute left in the game. Graham challenging. Yeah, there's speedsters out there. Run into too many Hounds. The puck goes out of play. So 46 seconds left in the game. Henry Graham, Ben Lewis, Easton, and Caleb. Draw comes cleanly to Caleb. Gives it right to the Raiders. Here's Caleb. Crosses the line. Henry covering for him. Oh, they got a floater. Henry gives it to Easton. Nice defense there. Easton, don't be dumb. Graham to Sam, or to Ben, sorry. Caleb gives it to Savvy. Henry's got Graham in front. Gets pitched off by the girl. Easton. Oh, shot. All right, 1-0. Close one.
Oh, Mom, can you pull it up here?
All right, go game, Hounds. Kept it exciting. All right, I think the next game is Hermantown. Is that Tuesday? Thanks, Bert. Good job. Yeah, should we say goodbye? You want to say it? No? All right. Well, we'll see you